No! Why? Yay!
Guys, people send us TikTok videos and Instagram videos all the time asking if stuff is real, just to show us stuff they think is cool. And so today we're gonna watch some of it and react to it.
And some of it is kind of cool, I feel like.
I bet it is.
Roll the video!
There's a tortilla.
It's on a Cricut. Oh my gosh, they're using the Cricut! I love this.
All right. Oh, dinosaur Cricut. Are we doing dinosaur quesadilla? Okay, dinosaur quesadilla.
I kind of want that for lunch now.
I think I would have used gotten a big cookie cutter or something, but maybe you can't find cookie cutters the right size.
No. This is way more entertaining using the Cricut. You have to go in.
What do you think is the most elaborate quesadilla shape you could make?
The Death Star.
I'm far when ready.
That'd be an elaborate case. Well, all quesadillas kind of look like the Death Star.
I mean, okay, they kind of do.
You want to add like all the detail windows and stuff in there?
Yeah, I want to add like details.
I'd be more impressed with like an X-wing quesadilla.
Okay,
maybe
that
we can do an X-wing quesadilla. All right, dinosaur quesadilla using a Cricut.
10 out of 10 if you ask me. That was awesome.
I would have thought it would shred the tortilla. You've used a Cricut cutter way more than me.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be fine at the end of the day. Like, there's different settings for the material, so like you can cut cloth with a Cricut. So I think if you can cut cloth, you can cut a tortilla.
Apparently so, unless they faked it, but it didn't look like it.
No. That was real.
Pretty real. All right.
All right, what's next?
Indeed, carbonated fruit is...
Oh, they're using like a whipped cream container for it. Carbonated fruit is really good.
No.
I do it just by putting it in a container with dry ice. That's interesting.
Why?
Well, I'm more confused because like I didn't know those machines even used carbon dioxide. I thought they're always nitrogen. Like the whipped cream canisters, the ones we have are nitrogen.
Huh.
But maybe you can get CO2 ones also.
Interesting.
I mean, it looked like he did it, like he squeezed the orange and it was fizzy.
Why you gotta carbonate your fruit?
Oh, it's so good.
No, just eat your fruit,
Hey, Grace doesn't like soda.
I don't like the bubbles. Like, why you gotta make it all bubbly?
You had
and stuff?
carbonated fruit?
Yeah, no.
Then you don't know.
I don't need it to know I don't like it.
Carbonated
like carbonated
strawberries,
coffee. Why would you carbonate your coffee?
Strawberries, grapes, pineapple is so good. Carbonated pineapple is amazing.
Pineapple already makes my tongue itch. Like, why would you carbonate it?
Because it's awesome.
What do we
Next
got
up.
here?
Okay,
Oh!
I have seen this video
This
before.
one's so cool.
This guy sets up water balloons and
then it
shoots them with
hits
barbecue
another
skewers. Yeah,
nail.
another pin. And we get this
And then that pin pushes it up on the side. That's the part you miss if you don't pay attention. Like that one. And then it's like a tsunami. Yeah.
So like the first balloon gets popped twice.
Hit it again. Play it again. Yeah. So like the pressure of the water. So like it's falling. It's like.
And then it pushes the other pin into it. Right.
And then boom.
Like
this is just satisfying.
Of water with an look at that nice umbrella shape of water. It's pretty impressive.
I like that final shot.
I've seen a few, if not by the same guy, then doing the same thing. I think it's the same guy. It's pretty impressive.
It was pretty cool. I'll give it to him. It's very satisfying in slow-mo. Like I feel like fast, it would just be like.
It might look interesting, but mostly I think it'd just be water everywhere suddenly. But yeah, the smooth shapes and like the barbecue skewer that shoots the first one, and it just like severs at the top. You've got like that ring where it's shooting out. It's pretty impressive. I would have thought the whole thing would just pop, but he seems to get a lot of good shots where it goes through and just like separates the top from it. Bring on the next one. This looks like it was filmed in the 50s. A man putting far too much butter on bread. Oh, and he's using it to apply.
We do this in the South.
Okay.
We do like.
I had never seen it. It looks like they're filming a TV show or a movie or something. I don't know what it's from.
Yeah, so in the South, like there'll be a piece of bread next to the butter that's like all lathered up, and like you just take your corn in the summertime and just like spin
but does
it.
everyone use the same piece of bread?
Why not? No one's eaten the corn yet or the bread.
Oh, just to me, because if you, like to me, the reason you do that is so that you aren't just putting your corn right on the butter. Because if you're gonna share it like that, I would just rotate my corn on the butter stick.
Oh no, we just have one there because it makes it easier to hold so you can control it and like just like.
All right, that's fair.
I want to try this so bad.
Like a pulled tight hammock?
Yeah, it's made of saran wrap.
Oh, well we did a saran wrap hammock once, but it was like a banana shaped curved hammock.
Oh my gosh, it's keeping her dry.
Works as a hammock or a roof. I wonder if after using it as a hammock, it like is real stretched out, so it like starts to puddle.
Oh, now she's putting a roof over her hammock, maybe? Is this good for the environment? This seems counterintuitive, using plastic on trees.
I think we're looking more about if it's functional so far, and we'll get
Also,
into
who takes 10 things of saran wrap with them on a camping, hiking
people who
trip?
want to make a tent out of saran wrap, of course.
Apparently. Oh, look how she did it at a slant also, so the rain doesn't puddle on top.
Wise.
It's music, though.
You gotta have trees in just the right spots for this.
Literally, though.
If your trees are in inconvenient places, you'll never pull this off.
Oh, it's a trampoline now.
Bounce?
Oh, fantastic. Do you
Okay,
think she
so
made a pillow out of saran wrap also?
I don't know, it says this is part 5, so maybe there's a pillow in parts 1 through 4.
Maybe. That was cool.
That's neat, and I don't know that I would have thought of that. I think you're right though, like, what a situation. You find yourself out in the woods and you're like, well, I don't have a tent or a hammock, but what I do have is so many rolls of plastic wrap. Just, my car's full of them.
If I'm being honest, if I was out in the woods and like stumbled upon like 10 things of saran wrap, I'd be hightailing it the other direction.
Something weird is happening in this part of the woods.
Something's happening and I don't need to be present.
It might be interesting to test, like how much of a camp could you build just with saran wrap?
That could be fun.
I've seen people build tents that were specifically like how to have a rainproof tent that you can build a fire in safely. And it just involved like you have a tarp here and a tarp here with a gap, and then you have up above another tarp that's covering the gap, so the smoke will go up through the gap and then out.
Pour out the sides.
Yeah, and so I wonder, could you build all of that with saran? Could you like
Or would it melt?
that's a very real worry. Could you make like the flat shape here and then cut it off the tree and use it for other things now that you've basically made a tarp out of it?
I don't know, but I don't know how she kept her cool with saran wrap, because saran wrap makes me want to like
It's annoying, like
strangle
it like
things
breaks in weird
sometimes.
places, and then you're trying to cut it and it doesn't
or it
cut
gets
well.
stuck on itself and then you're like
If you have a vacuum seal, you probably know you can seal things up in bags, keep them fresh longer, cook things sous vide. But did you know you could do this? Watermelon in a bag, and I'm gonna add grape juice.
No! Why?
We removed the air and replaced it with grape juice. And there's a side by side.
No.
Is that a before and after? Okay, watermelon would do that anyway.
Now this tastes like fruit punch. And there's a bunch more ways you can get creative with a vacuum seal.
No. Let's just leave our why can't we just leave our fruits as fruits?
I'm not opposed.
Like, let your
I like the
watermelon be
idea.
watermelon, let your grapes be grapes. They don't need to taste like cotton candy. They don't need to like, why? Just eat your grapes.
Disagree. I think this is interesting, and I'd like to see it with other things. Now, I like watermelon, but I don't generally like things that are artificially watermelon flavored, and
They can never
I don't
get it
think
right.
it mixes well. So to me, I don't think watermelon is the best thing to try this with, and I'm not sure what other fruits it might work with.
I see his point. Like, it's cool, it's great, it's scientific, but just like,
I'm also curious if it would work. So when people talk about sous vide stuff, when you're putting stuff in a vacuum bag, it does pull air out from around the fruit, but because the bag itself is flexible, you're actually not squeezing anything, like unless the atmospheric pressure is enough to squeeze it, because what you are doing is you're just putting the same normal pressure that it already had, and it's displacing the air. But for instance, marshmallows, we've put marshmallows in a bag and they all get pulled together, like it removes all the air between them, but it doesn't actually compress the marshmallows like at all. And that's because you're pulling the air out, but in a flexible container, so you stay at atmospheric total pressure. Whereas if you use a vacuum on a fixed container, you're pulling all of the air out and lowering the pressure in the container. So in a bag, it doesn't change the total pressure. So
you're just marinating it essentially.
he is surrounding it with grape juice, but I don't think he's actually pulling air out of the watermelon.
Yeah, I see, I see.
So it'd be interesting to test that in a vacuum chamber, a rigid wall vacuum chamber, with the watermelon submerged in juice to see what that does, because I think you have more chance of pulling it out. However, I don't think there's actually that much air in watermelon. There's water in watermelon.
It's way all water.
So I think it's just, like you're saying, it's basically a marinade.
Sentence.
You don't squeeze stuff in a vacuum bag. You just
marinate,
remove air, and perfectly conform at the same atmospheric pressure around stuff.
Weird. All right.
Guys, people send us these videos, but we don't necessarily see all of them, and we want to. So if you run across one of these, especially something that has scientific basis or maybe has science in it and you're not sure,
or just something that even just blows your mind,
send it along to us. We want to see it, we want to comment on it, we want to have our own opinions about it, and to share all that with you guys.
Just no more weird fruits.
I like the weird fruits.
No.
I'll talk about the weird fruits. Grace can leave.
Bye.